Hi, welcome to Universal Interiors. I'm Les Engelstead and very happy to be able to do some sharing with you today. There is a flood of things sometimes that I want to share when I get a chance to, and I come across, of course, knowing me, I get to pick up a book at times. This is the one I picked up. Yep, Blessings for the Morning. I got them laying all over the place. I don't know if you have any ideas how good this is for you, but a little calendar that might give you an encouraging word, a book, whatever it might be. It's seriously such great vitamins. So anyways, I picked this up today and I thought this is such a beautiful little picture right there. Yep, and it's titled Free to Be You. That's what I'm mighty grateful for, that I get to be me and I get to do the chance that I do, share with you whatever kind of stirs inside of me. And today there's a ton of words that kind of want to come out. So I slow it down sometimes by going to a book. And God kind of just leads me that way. He wants to always lead us. But we get so busy telling him maybe it's what we want to tell him on our to-do list or want to see list or want to have list or I'm sorry list. But he wants to sometimes really just wants you to just come to him and trust that you got something he's given to you and now you want to make use of it, right? So this is called Free to Be You. May you find a new freedom in being you, the one that God created to be. May you be comfortable in your own skin, excited about your own story, be at peace with your own past, because our Lord has redeemed every part of you. May you break free from condemnation. May you walk away from the toxic influences. And may you put fear under your feet. Let faith fill up your heart. Don't give people the power that belongs to God alone. Remember, He loves you. He is stronger than all. And He'll keep you strong until the very end. So today, we wish you a very faith-filled day. I love getting words like that. I might be feeling pretty sad. The book that I did share from is called Blessings from the Morning. Susie Larson's a pretty terrific author. But there's so many from years past. I go to the old, can't hardly even read them. I don't know if they're what years, early 1900s, but you just stop and just go, wow, that makes so much sense. It's like listening to an old hymn, perhaps. If you just stop and read the words, it's incredible. It really is. The encouragement that we can find. But what I think we forget a lot of times is that we are pretty incredible. Each and every one of us. You possess gifts that, boy, I probably would love. I've got some that you might like. Or I've got some that you don't like. And sorry about that. But that's what God's given me. He's given me all sorts of opportunities to share with all sorts of people. I've traveled a lot in the 40 years that I've been married and met incredible people in a lot of different jobs and a lot of different family, many friendships. And what I do think that I hopefully get from them something good, and I hope they take away from me something good, because then I've done my job. God just keeps supplying it, right? There's a supply and demand that people can get all fearful of. We don't have enough. Oh, we got too much. Oh, is this? Boy, turn on the news, especially these days. Fear wants to take over. But you know what? Let's live faith-filled. Let's recall we are here for a reason, and that even if you don't know, just ask. If you don't know, just start what makes you happy. Go that route. Try to figure out what you can do to make you happy so that you're productive, not for yourself, but for somebody else. It's a pretty easy recipe, right? I know I share that recipe a lot, but I hope that you get it. A number of months ago, I had a pretty, let's just say, earth-shaken event in the Engelstead family. Our son is with us, but he could have easily not been. So during that pretty tough beginning time, my friends stopped by. Many did. But it was still in the beginning side when we're unsure what was going to happen. And the event was an accident, and I'll be sure and hopefully get a chance to share about that with you. But for now, I just want you to know it was earth-shattering. It was a shake-up. some friends stopped by and they gave me this happy looking book, Friends Are Forever. So I looked at it, I was grateful for it, but you know what, I sure didn't really want to read it, because really, right now, do you know what's going on? I think a lot of us, we get there. Hopefully you're not stuck in that. Maybe it's such a fresh hurt that you're in it right now. But there's reasons that the words of authors are putting on paper. They're for all of us that walk this earth to pick up and read someday. For you to pick up a book and share it with a good friend or a family member, like, you gotta read this. I mean, that's so fun to get that. Well, books like this are just kind of cutesy, right? You think they're just kind of a cutesy book. That's so nice, and it's lovely written and talk about friendships. But in that, I found this. There are times in our lives when we face a hardship. We don't even think we could ever bear it. We just got to wonder why. We just keep looking for reasons to help make sense of it. It can be something little in our days. It can be something big in our family. It's just that scratching why. You know, there's not many days that you can go by that you're not asking why about something. If it's the news, if it's the prices of what you had to pay for something, if it's you hurting again physically, or maybe it's mentally, just ask those questions. Why? You just keep wondering why. Sometimes all we can do is just try to come to a place of acceptance. Reach out to others who understand so we can help them go through. Often it's this, when we share our wisdom or strength or hope, that's when we get the glimpse into the larger plan that's in front of us, right? You see, there's a big plan out there. One of those that shows us that love blesses the giver and the receiver. And one that just allows us to see how really strong we can become, or maybe we already are. A few days ago, I got a phone call. And I was pretty sad because I'd missed this phone call a few different times. And I couldn't call her back because she's serving some time in the women's prison. She's been there for a number of years. Quite a tragedy. Really, it is. But out of that, she has become quite a woman. Yeah, fractured family forever because of what happened. And I've kept in touch with her. And she can call me, collect, and I can send her letters or notes. But she is in a prison with 500 women that have done some pretty terrible things. Just think about that. We have some heartaches, right? But we have free choice. We're able to walk out our door, most of us, or call up some friend. She's unable to do that. But the gift of it is that this phone call came all because I was held up for an extra half an hour at the school. Generally, I would be home by the time she called, and I don't look at my phone, so I would have missed another call. But this day, a couple days ago, I got it. I started to cry like crazy because that day I had written myself a little love note. Hopefully you do that. You know, the to-do list comes to my heart, write down Cordy's name, and I'm like, yeah, got to reach out, got to do something. I'm going to look up the hours. I'm going to go back down there and see her. This day, in the middle of a day, I write this down. Well, here it is, 4 hours pass, and I get a phone call from her. How does that happen? Why does that happen? I'm spoiled. I reach out, I listen to what God has told me. Okay, but instead He blesses my socks off, and I get the call. I get the call, I can accept. We get a whole 10 minutes before she's cut off. But during that time, did we talk about this and that? Sure, we had some of the sads shared, but for the most part, we rejoiced. You see, because Cordy is in this place, and she's a believer, and she's a wondrous person, mysterious. And the way her brain worked, it shut down for a while, and because of that, she took a life. But she's still that young girl in there. She's still God's child, and she's still my friend. And you know what we did most of the time? Is just found some things to rejoice about. Easily. to thank our God because he gave her a chance to figure out life a little bit more, and for me to still have this friendship. And now today, I get to share this story. So hopefully this might get you to think. You've got freedom. I hope you do something with it. Don't question too much. Walk out in faith that you have a reason for being here. I know I do, and I'm grateful I get to share sometimes with you. So go make it a grateful, thankful day. Find somebody to love. Thanks.